Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a knife, brand new knife from Vosteed. We're gonna go ahead and get in here. This is the Porcupine, perhaps the GOAT budget knife of the year here from Vosteed. Love this thing with the button operated top liner lock. So of course this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below, so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. Now this one's coming in the premium plastic box here, and you know, kind of pelican case, if you would, and it kind of gives you vibes that, yeah, this is going to be something special. They have their warranty, details, safety guidelines, how to maintain all that good stuff. So here we go, orangey orange color on these cases. Here we go, bam, in the most satisfying way possible. If you're ready, I'm ready. Boom, here we go. Right, what is this one called? I believe it's called the Vhound. So we'll get to it in a moment. We got the raccoon sticker. Just when you thought this orange was the orangiest orange, we got an orangier orange right here. Can't even English today. So there you go. Wiping cloth, very high quality case. Anytime you get a Vosteed knife in one of these cases, you know you're getting something special. So let's see what the Vhound is all about. Holy macaroni. Well, first of all, I'm already seeing a name here that I am familiar with, and absolutely love his designs. This is a Ray Laconical design right there. It's actually not necessarily a very large EDC, but it definitely looks like it would be a great size for EDC, I'll tell you that. So we have this sort of black wash titanium. I want to say this is definitely titanium here. Let me get me my magnet of truth here. Oh yeah, no pull. That is titanium. We do have a steel pivot, steel hardware on here. Pocket clip is titanium also. And what in the world are these? I've never seen something like this. Captive side, perhaps, right? Standoffs that you only unscrew from one side and not the other. I want to say that is the first time I've seen something like that. We do have a two standoff sandwich construction and a little bit of milling on the inside there for weight reduction. Might not be able to see it quite just yet. I'll show it to you in a second. Even the pocket clip is screwed from the inside, right? You can sort of see the screws there along with the tip of the blade. So very nice streamlined design, screwless design from the show side. But otherwise, we're really playing off of the very tastefully playing off of the whole black and bronze, right? Brown, you know, this bronze looking color right here, if you ask me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing deployed. Now we have a front flipper. We have some thumb studs to deploy off of. I'm gonna go front flipper first. Bam, man, that was a snappy open there. There's no doubt about it. I'll get a snappy open right there. I'm gonna give it a nice little wipe since it was just brand new out of the box there. Check out that blade. That is a gorgeous clip point blade with a flat grind, looking really nice. Good belly here towards the front. S35VN on the steel, Vosteed on the other side. You know, I think billboarding wise, I have seen this in every knife. Ray Laconical knives do have his name on them. He doesn't necessarily have like an actual logo, so it's just his name on there. I mean, Ray Laconical has very iconic designs like the CJRB Ekko, right? That is a Ray Laconical design. And right off the bat, the new Artisan Cutlery Revel is also a Ray Laconical design. So those are just a few there to kind of prove a point. You know, he has been making crazy, amazing EDC designs for a long time. So check out Ray Laconical if you haven't already. But the Vhound right here, man, this is definitely something, especially done in the premium materials. Nice drop shotty action, thumb stud deployment, feels nice. Oh man, all right, this is tastefully done. I mean, Vosteed has a way of making knives and making them so well built that, you know, it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to carry them. It's enjoyable to deploy them. It's enjoyable to the whole experience. The whole package is just really nicely done. So Vosteed does a good job, you know, obviously making the knives. This design right here from Ray Laconical also looking pretty dope if you ask me. So let's check the ergos. I mean, you do have a curved handle in a bit. In a way, it doesn't really lock you in necessarily, so I'm able to get a full purchase. Again, not necessarily a huge EDC in any way, shape, or form. I have average size hands, not the biggest, not the smallest. And I mean, for EDC in most cases, this is probably my recipe here. You know, I do enjoy larger knives as much as I enjoy smaller knives, but there are times where a certain size knife is just a no-brainer for EDC. Also, the pocket clip is nice and comfortable. Might barely feel that pocket clip there, if at all. Might be a good 9.5 out of 10. It's not reversible, which is something to keep in mind there for my lefties. Sometimes they make reversible pocket clips, sometimes they don't. I can see this pocket clip not being very symmetrical friendly or symmetry friendly because it's curved, so they would have had to add a second pocket clip, you know, for lefties on every box, and then done a filler tab or something. So maybe they make, you know, maybe they should look into making lefty versions, perhaps, right? Don't just leave my lefties out there in the dark. Checking out the lockup right there. It is a frame lock with a steel insert for steel on steel contact. We're looking at, what is that? Maybe like 35%, 40-ish%, dare I say, of the lockup. You guys be the judge. You don't necessarily have a cutout on the show side. It does have a little bit of a cutout on the inside, so it makes it easier to push down and to the left, right? Down and to the left and disengage that way. So that's not bad at all. And here's that milling I was talking about. Definitely got some milling on the titanium there from the inside, right? Makes it nice and good weight for EDC, right? Not too heavy at all. And while we're here, check out that blade alignment. That is looking smack in the middle. If you ask me, you guys be the judge there. But I mean, all in all, I mean, pretty sweet looking EDC. Let's see here. Side of the index finger, that works for a front flipper. Obviously, the side of the thumb here works good. Reach around. Oh man, all of these are gonna work really nicely, you guys. Maybe a little bit of jimping going around would have helped a tad bit. I always say that about front flippers. Very few companies capitalize on that for some reason, but in a very Ray Laconical sort of way, these two front flippers look so much alike. You know, it's the same guy, right? Same design, even though it's being OEM or made by two different companies, right? Definitely has that Ray Laconical DNA in there, right? Even the way that it cuts out right here, looking very nice. So scientific cutting test time. Here we go. S35VN steel. By the way, I really love this bronze coat right there. Really makes it pop. Boom, bam, man, this thing. Oh man, it's gonna cut really nice for you guys. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That cuts really, really good. No doubt about it. Absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and check this cardboard. Single wall piece of cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle. So it should look something like this. All right, there we go. You do have some tape on the other side, so that's kind of why. If you see it slowing down a tad bit, it's only because of that tape. Yeah, but even then, right, it's making quick work out of that cardboard, no doubt about it. Now, I did end up with a bunch of junk on the blade here. Anytime you go through tape and stuff like that, what I use is break-free COP, and a couple of drops of this does the magic. I also have this one down below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. So you basically put a little bit of the solution on there. This thing is a cleaner, lubricant, and preservative all in one. So you put it on there, right, kind of rub it back and forth for a couple seconds, maybe a minute or so. You're going to start noticing how all the gunk and everything starts kind of breaking off, breaking away. The more you kind of spread out the solution a bit. And I've kind of featured this in past videos too. I do know I have a bunch of new subscribers, maybe coming from shorts, maybe coming from TikTok. So kind of show this every now and then. Every chance, I get a nasty situation with some gunk on the blade and I want to clean it right off, then that's what I do, right? So I'm going to show you highly recommendable break-free COP. And then once I'm done, I'm going to grab, I got this old wiping cloth right here and just going to wipe it clean. And look at that. It's as if nothing happened. As if nothing happened at all. And absolutely very, very clean. Just like it was out of the box, a couple minutes ago. So yeah, can't recommend break-free COP enough. Check it out if you're interested. Link down below. Guys, let me know how sharp is this thing on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest, right? Let me know in the comments. Doing some quick size comparisons here to give you a ballpark. Right, here's that Porcupine once again. The one that we used to cut the box open right at the beginning. And here's another Vosteed epic collaboration with Demko knife. It is the Demko Leopard right here from Vosteed, also a premium folder as well. This one has titanium and M390 steel. And again, all these are linked down below if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. The typical ones here on the channel, here we have the MSI. Here is the Stitch. Right, obviously, those are going to be much larger knives. Here's the PM2, right, keeping it in America, the Para 3. Right, so it's actually a smaller knife than that. I want to say it might be like, what is this, 7 inches, under 7 inches or so. So think like Kershaw Leak right? Perhaps Civivi Elementum size. Those are both 7 inches. All right, just a few more. Demko AD 20.5, Kunwu Chad, right? Those are going to be slightly larger as well. Here's the Militaw and the Tenable Shard. And last but not least, the Fintiso Parrot and the CJRB Pyrite Light. So needless to say, you know, some knives are going to be a little bit larger than this guy. But man, for EDC, sometimes you don't need, sometimes you need a big knife, sometimes you don't need that big of a knife. So again, I really enjoy all knife sizes the same. Sometimes I enjoy a larger knife or a smaller knife. I mean, D10 on this thing is actually tuned so well. Look how snappy that is. That is a snappy front flipper. Get thumb stud deployment. Drop shot action right there. Bam. I got to give it a little bit of a shake. And it closes so good. Honestly, I mean, some people are going to say, you know, I wish it was a little bit bigger, right? Some people, for some reason, they think bigger knife, bigger value or something. But, man, something like this is not going to be as intimidating. And, you know, you could probably get away with, depending on your local laws. So always check your local laws. See what size of knife you can carry. Just to give you a ballpark, we said 7 inches overall length. That blade is 3 inches and the cutting path is 3 inches. So handle is around 3.8, 3.85. Kind of a ballpark idea right there, more or less. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one, right? What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it, right? Let me know. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.